Good morning and welcome to episode 1144 of Hard Factor. It is Monday, February 13th, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. Today should be a national holiday for hangovers since it's Super Bowl Monday, but since it's not, we have a fresh podcast for you. And Mark's got trending news, which seems much less important because he also has the arrival of aliens to Earth in a cup of coffee.
That's right. Take it with a grain of salt because, you know.
Is anyone else stressed out?
What do they say? Don't sweat the small things.
I mean, Will, it's like
I don't know about that, Will.
alarm bells are going off in every country.
I don't know about that, Will.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get into it. Wes has poorly placed ads on deck.
Yeah, that's right. Made up some of my own, and then we're going to go over some glaring examples of the worst placed ads in history.
Oh,
nice.
Fantastic. Pat's got everybody's favorite segment, a By George in the hole.
Hell yeah, we're bringing you up to date on the latest Santos controversy, and this one, man, I think takes the cake.
No.
I think
It's
so,
better than
man.
him being a drag queen and lying about defrauding that veteran.
Yeah, it's better than that.
Damn. He's outdone himself again.
He's
By
outdone
George.
himself.
By
He's outdone
God.
himself. It involves the Amish.
Oh, nice.
perfect.
Amish Brock, listen up.
Oh, that's right. This is a good one. And I've got the horny chick corner batting cleanup today since that's fun news, and I'm finally not going first and have to do the trending
You don't say, Will.
Nice.
news. Yeah,
Great
so
choice.
I've been reading stories about horny chicks.
There you go.
What you guys been up to?
It's like
Me
riding-
too.
Like riding a bike. Get back on that bike.
Bad girls.
Ow, ow. What's it called? Do you think, is it like Santos? Did he do a kingpin? Did he like pretend like he was Amish, like in Kingpin?
Dude, it's almost unfathomable what he did.
Great movie.
What he did is almost unfathomable.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it's awesome, man.
He's quite a human being, Santos. He's a great just like example of how it could all go wrong inside any human.
It's so I think it's a single con, and then there were, think about it like a choose your own adventure book. There were 6 opportunities for him to tell someone what he was doing, and he could have told the truth or lied, and he lied all 6 times.
Every time, all 6.
Yeah.
Well, 6 for 6. That's his 6. He calls that the Santos special, the Santos 6 shooter.
He hit for the cycle.
He's got
yeah.
he's got 6 lies ready
Yeah,
to go.
the
in
double
gun,
turkey.
chambered all times.
Oh, double turkey. All right. You guys want to do the news?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Obviously, the biggest story of Monday is probably that the Eagles are 2-time Super Bowl champs. We can't confirm that yet because we're recording this before the big game. You may see me throwing on different pieces of Eagles gear progressively as the show goes on.
Well, I like the base layer is great. It's
Yep,
just the
starting here.
classic Philly green Eagles logo. Nice
Got
tee.
1, 2, 3, 4 more to come. But we'll all assume they won. If not, I'm going to look like an idiot. Let's go with the joke of the day. Garrett from Iowa says, dark humor is like clean water. Not everyone gets it.
Oh,
Ooh,
it's a good one.
That's a good
it's a
dark
snake
humor.
eating its tail joke.
It is. I like it.
Dead guy water, though, everybody gets that.
That's true.
So dark humor's not
That's
like
true.
that.
Yeah, you do get dead guy water. Mark's drinking dead
You-
guy water
you-
right now out of a bottle.
You'd think that dead guy water would be more like dark humor, but no.
Brewed my
It's
coffee.
the opposite.
Oh, there's
Dead
more,
guy water. Me
There's
too.
more. There's more dead guy stuff coming up in one of your guys' segments, right? I'm not gonna spoil it, but some kinky nasty stuff in a location. All right, let's start off with some big pop. Let's start off with some big pop culture news. Okay, hottie Megan Fox. Ever heard of her?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been looking at this picture a lot today, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Hottie Megan Fox and friend of Travis Barker, Machine Gun Kelly, have broken up.
No,
Wow,
really?
she's single? Wow.
Yeah. This is her breakup post. She was like, "Yeah, look at me. It's a revenge dress. It's like a corset, sort of."
That was like
Wow.
that was like Billy Bob Thornton,
Yes.
Angelina Jolie level.
Vial
love.
of Bloods. Yes,
Right.
exactly. Like the intensity. Yeah, like we just fucked in the limo on the way over here. We don't care you know about it. We're gonna drink each other's blood on camera and suck each other's face off.
Well, they might be
Nope.
dating again.
That was
after
Mark doing
that.
Billy Bob.
Yeah, that was Billy Bob.
For you younger
I like the
listeners.
way she sucks my cock.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have done that.
Yeah, I like the way she sucks my cock, and she likes the way I suck her vagina.
Yeah, it's great. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's why my band is called the Box Masters.
Yeah. You here to accept an award? Or anyways, Megan went ahead and deleted all of her photos of her with MGK, which were all of them, sucking each other's faces off like Billy Bob, Angelina. She also unfollowed him and all of his friends on social media. In fact, she's only down to following 3 human beings total, and one of them is Eminem, who is Machine Gun Kelly's rival.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
Oh,
So
shots fired.
She's trying to go after
Is Brian Austin Green on that list?
No, God, no.
Right, her ex. Yeah.
No.
But he's having a great day, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was definitely, I don't know if he is having a great day, because Megan Fox
He
went
could probably get some rebound tail from it.
It's always great when you find out your ex broke up with her next.
I know, but they got a kid, and she went all in with MGK. She's like, "This is your new daddy, Machine Gun Daddy." Like, if you're
Daddy.
if you're bag,
MGD.
you're just not sure about it. I think.
Yeah, well, everyone's speculating now that she's going to revenge bang Slim Shady because she quoted Beyonce's
Good for
Lemonade
Eminem.
song
Yeah.
in her breakup post, which is talking about cheating on. So she's basically saying MGK cheated on her.
These two are compared to Angelina and
Billy
the
Bob.
other guy, the drunk guy you guys were just
Yeah, Billy
discussing.
Bob, yeah.
Director
Billy
of
Bob.
Sling Blade.
Right.
But they're not as good as
I've
that
met
couple.
I've met Billy Bob. He's legendary. I was gonna say, does MGK party like Billy Bob? Because Billy Bob, when I met him, I watched him in an hour drink like 12 Bud Lights and smoke a whole pack of American.
So here's the thing. I think
before his band played a horrible set that
I
night.
think MGK parties really hard, but like he has to pass out. They have to like place him on couches and stuff, and then he wakes up and is a menace. I think Billy Bob can party all day.
Billy Bob could party. He's gonna never fall asleep. He'll be the last guy
MGK is
awake
just gonna
every night.
I get piss himself and get put to sleep, and then
Right,
and then
that's not
wakes up
Billy
and-
Bob. And also,
I got the
Angelina is
take
an
here.
A-list actress, and Megan Fox
Oh, look,
is not
you,
even
you
close.
can't compare Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob to these two.
Well,
Okay,
you
I'm
can.
Just, I'm just sort of like putting it out there.
This is
but
the
they get
JV
compared to
version.
them.
Well,
they're
here's
a
the
lower
situation.
Version. They're a
Here's the
lower
situation.
tier version.
Yeah,
of
this
that
is the
couple.
Tiz to the
Right.
Taz.
This is
I'll-
like the B tier of that.
I'll
stand-
back
of
up
that,
your
like,
Billy Bob.
archetype, right?
I've heard other stories about Billy Bob. Friend of the show, James Landry Bear, went to Vegas with Billy Bob
Billy Bob's the man.
the
party's
1883 premiere party.
Oh, yeah.
And Billy Bob and him stayed up till I'm not even
yeah.
saying, dude, all sorts of things.
They're
But
still awake.
here's the deal: MGK cannot party as hard as Billy Bob, and here's
No
why. Because
way.
MGK is from the fentanyl generation, and
Right,
he's
he
still
just does
alive.
hard drugs and passes out. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
He's still alive.
Not the same
So it's a
level.
totally different.
No,
Because
Billy
like
Bob
Billy
can
Bob
drink-
is like almost Keith
Billy
Richards
Bob could
level.
drink 60 whiskeys and be fine.
He came over for
he's like a
Thanksgiving one
cockroach.
year to my house, and he drank a whole bottle of vodka by himself. It was insane.
Did he do
There
that?
you go.
Yeah.
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 Wes met him too.
I know him too. I know him
He's
better
in
than anyone.
Texas all the time.
Call
Wes
him.
met him too. Also, everyone's speculating
Billy
that
Bob.
if it's not Eminem, that Pete Davidson might already be balls deep in Fox. He might be in the foxhole, if you know what I mean.
If he gets that, that's just.
yeah.
He needs to just.
Well, she's
someone
going
needs
to do
to
that
off
for
him.
sure. She's going to do that for sure, right? Because like that's like
Yeah.
the number one thing you do if you're a
And
high
it's,
profile.
and it's like
chick.
one of his best friends, and he already had sex
Yeah.
with one of his best friends, Emily Ratajkowski's was her ex.
That's the first
Pete
move for
Davidson
her.
will fuck his friend's
yeah.
wife. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Wait,
Add
Pete
to-
Davidson
add to the
cheated on
list.
Ratajkowski?
Well, he's no.
No.
Ratajkowski's ex-husband
Cheated on her.
was his friend, one of his boys. So he like it would be like
He cucked his friend.
he's like he didn't care that his friend was long-term married to
But
Emily.
Davidson
Ratajkowski.
might have just drawn the line, like, "Hey, bro, I'm just saying, don't cross
he
that
cucked
line,
his
otherwise
friend.
I'm gonna
No, he
fuck
cucked
the
his
girl."
friend,
he
and
did.
he's gonna cuck
buddy.
MGK.
When you're in the realm of that caliber of vagina, everything goes out the window.
He does, yeah. How good a friend could MGK be?
How
I mean,
good a friend could he be?
How good a friend could he be?
Not
I
that
mean,
great.
I
He
mean,
could save my life, and I wouldn't care.
yeah, he can't be that great a friend.
When these ladies have babies, right? But like these moms, like they must get their tits done post baby, right? Or is that just like a ton of like fucking tape holding that shit together? Put that photo back up. Look at that.
Well,
Yeah,
she's
they
got
get-
that.
they get
got a lot
Those
of
are the
things
tits
done.
of a 22-year-old.
But that's got a lot of support. How many kids does Megan Fox have?
Just
or
the
two?
one.
They do get things done.
That's not that.
Yeah, she
After
gets
kids.
nuts.
Have you
She
seen
gets-
Ratajkowski naked these days? Jesus Christ, man.
Oh my God! All right, let's move on. Here's an interesting one. Iranian activist Farhad Maysami, who most recently was jailed in 2018 for protesting like the forced wearing of the hijab and other women's rights. He said the women don't have the rights, and he was protesting for them on their behalf. He's just been released from Rajai Shah prison in Karaj, Iran, for going on a crazy hunger strike that officials said, quote, was going to soon kill him. Here's a recent photo of Farhad. He said, all right,
hunger strike.
I'm going to just stop eating until I die if you're going to jail me. Look at this crazy son of a bitch. Look at this.
It makes you want to vomit when you see him. So you know that it's an effective strategy. Holy shit.
He looks like Christian Bale from The Machinist. He went so extreme in his hunger strike that even the Ayatollah of rock and rolla, Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, granted him amnesty. He said, ew, gross, but also impressive. Pay this man his money and let him out. And they freed his ass. And what a bunch of pussies in Iran, right? The guy goes on a little bit of a hunger strike and everyone dumps in their pants.
Yeah, right. They stone people.
Yeah, what happened? Is the Ayatollah going soft? What happened to the days of fatwaing everyone that looked at him funny? What's going on over there?
I know.
Right?
North
Is
Korea,
he a grandpa now?
What a bitch.
North Korea's on a permanent hunger strike. You don't see them caving.
Yeah, what is
all their
going on?
people are on hunger strikes.
Resist the hunger strikes of their citizens every day. Now, hunger strikes are very effective. You see this with Gandhi. You saw it with Cesar Chavez. And now you see it with this Iranian guy. Just hunger strikes. When you can make yourself look like this guy, you can get anything done.
You can get the Ayatollah to feel bad for you?
Yeah, absolutely. You can get anybody to cave when you can get yourself that level of skinny on a hunger strike.
Been eating so many kebabs. And he's gonna free a guy that is pro woman and won't even eat the free prison food. Nah, dog, not my Ayatollah. That's not the Ayatollah I remember. That dude's mad disrespectful to Sharia law. He hates Sharia law, and he's letting him out.
Fucking cave to a hunger
Very
strike.
Western of him.
I don't know. Maybe
Hunger
he's
strikes
just
work, man. They stand up. Like they stand the test of time in all different kinds of locations too. So if you really want to get some shit done, you just have to commit to it like these hunger dudes do, because it works.
I guess so. Maybe he's just letting him out so he can personally kill him, though. Maybe he's going to finish
I think
the job.
later on, they always
That'd be
want to
sick.
kill you because you made them cave.
That'd be
But
Sharia as fuck.
Yeah, I was just kidding. Now you're going to starve to death at the feet of my throne.
I can't stone you in prison, Bati.
Yeah,
So I
the
stone
leash.
you outside the prison.
Right in front of
We're
a
all going
buffet.
to eat in front of you.
How big is the cell? Not big enough to get to really whip the rock fast, huh?
No, I mean, I'm just kidding. Good for that guy. He played a wild game of chicken with Iranian leadership, and he won. Good for him. That one was a good story. This one is not. This is a really, really bad story. I don't really even want to cover it, but it's been pretty big news the past several days. So we're going to talk about it a little bit. Did you guys hear about the 14-year-old high school student, Adriana Kutch, who killed herself after a video of her getting savagely beaten up by several other students in her New Jersey school?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd seen the headlines. It is so sad. All I know is that she was basically bullied to death, right?
Yeah, so the attackers released the video online, and then they texted her after the fact, taunting her, being like, "We whooped your ass. You're a bitch. Look at you bleeding," and all this stuff. And that basically drove her to, I think, hang herself in her closet last week. Yeah. Not great at all.
Man.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah.
Well, my first reaction when I saw the photograph of this girl is she looks like she could totally fit in. You know, certain people get bullied because of their looks. This person looks totally normal.
Kids are just vicious.
Great young-looking kid.
They'll team
she's
up
too
on
pretty.
Yeah, exactly. Could
Apparently
just
they
be
beat her
girls
up
that
in
are
front of her
mad.
boyfriend, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe they liked her boyfriend or something.
Kids are vicious, man. It doesn't matter how you look or how smart you are or anything. Just any set of circumstances could lead to a group of kids teaming up
And
against
then
you.
peer pressure,
and
people
fucking with you.
probably
This is
one
terrible.
of the girls really wanted to fuck with her, and the other ones were friends with her, so they just went along. I don't know.
It was girls though that beat her.
Yes,
It was other girls. Yeah.
Ugly
attack-
chicks. Yeah.
The attackers are now being charged. At least the four of the attackers have now been charged with crimes like aggravated assault. One got harassment, and two others with conspiracy to commit aggravated
Charge them
assault.
with manslaughter, man.
I know. But really, they should just never let these psychos out of jail, because according to Adriana's father, not only were they ruthlessly taunting her after the fact, but even now after her death, at least one of them is putting out videos making fun of her for killing herself.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
No, you
that
kidding me?
person needs to be locked up
Forever.
For
Forever.
That's
you
where-
can't let that person out on the streets.
That's where you should be able to go fight someone as a dad.
Yeah.
As a dad, you should be able to go
insane.
fucking fight them,
Oh,
right?
yeah. He should kill her.
Well,
They
not
should
that
be-
little girl, but maybe that little girl's dad. Yeah.
That's what I'm
Parents,
saying.
exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
You should be
Nah,
able
the
to call
little
him
girl.
out in front of his house and be like,
Little
"Hey,
girl, too.
Yeah,
you and me." What do they call it in Game of Thrones with the trial by combat? You should be able to trial by combat her father.
And I choose myself.
Yeah, exactly.
To represent
you should be
myself.
able to go to the front of his house and be like, "Look, we're trial by combat, and right here on your front porch,
It's a
motherfucker."
great point, Will, because
and it should be legal. That should,
What
that
if he
should be
what if he
okay.
beats you up though? That would
That,
really
but
suck.
it's a risk you run. That's trial
You
by
bring a
combat.
weapon.
Out of the closet.
You leave it to the
I'd
hands
rather
of the
beat
gods
I'd rather
and
beat
your
up
own
the little
hands.
girl.
Shoot
I'd rather
him.
beat up the little girl.
Then you
You
shoot
bring
him.
a weapon.
Then you shoot him. Yeah.
You might bring a backup gun, but you shouldn't because we're not murderers, right?
Right.
Like,
But you
Well,
just
if you
wanna
murder
take-
my
in that
daughter,
case.
I might be.
yeah, you get an accomplice and you set him across the street with a scoped weapon. But what you want to do is you want to take the
Then
dad.
you burn his house to the ground when he's asleep.
Right.
You want to rub the dad and the little girl's
whole
like
family.
a bad dog. You want to rub their face in the post. You know what I mean? Like that. Like that's the type you want to go and be like, look, here's my dead daughter. Here's the post that
It's
you made making fun of my dead daughter after you contributed to her suicide,
What
and
are
you
you
want to
doing
take
over
their
there?
face and
Yeah.
rub it into the phone.
It's a great point because fuck those kids, but fuck their parents who are also
Right, fuck
probably
their
real
parents.
pieces of shit. Throw their parents in jail too. Those New Jersey pieces of trash. If your
What
kid
town?
bullies someone, then taunts them after, and even after they kill themselves, it's time to look at the parenting or lack thereof a little bit. Something is going on wrong in
how
the,
could
in
she
the-
not
in these
understand that
households.
she's committed a horrible
Yeah. What are the parents doing?
violation of humanity? I mean, she doesn't she doesn't get it. It's crazy.
Also, crazily enough, Pat was kind of bringing up like she looks like she could fit in, and a lot of people were asking questions like that too. Also, apparently, the school superintendent, Trianfilos Parlapanidas, is a real piece of shit. This guy here's a picture of him. He, Adriana, the girl who killed herself's brother, is calling for Parlapanidas to resign because this guy. They only suspended one of the original attackers from school. The other ones didn't get in trouble at all until the story came out. And this guy, the superintendent, started blaming Adriana, saying, well, she's been a troublemaker since 6th grade. She's a drug addict. We've been trying to get her into rehab, and she won't go. And so it all started when her father had an extramarital affair. So he's airing like dirty laundry from the family, saying that she was a troublemaker. She was basically asking to
So
get
this
bullied,
town
and her
basically
family
bullied this
sucks.
girl to death.
Yes, even the fucking superintendent bullied her to death.
Wow, the town.
What
did it,
town?
The whole town.
I don't know, but it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
God, man.
Yeah. So that
That's
guy
fucking
sucks.
crazy.
That guy should resign as well. Big time. Fuck that.
Well,
guy.
if you're the New Jersey school board, you got to come down with like such a vengeance on this school.
What the hell was he
like-
thinking?
like-
Blaming
like-
her and her father's affair and her drug addiction.
You need to
that
make an
may or may not
example
have-
of this because this is this
She's
honestly.
dead.
If you're a parent in New Jersey, this has got like Pat, you are. This has got to kind of scare you, right? Like this is like
Yeah, you can't go to this school system, bro.
I mean,
That's like-
I'm so ready to pull my kid out. I mean, like I'm going to pull my kid in public school, definitely, regardless.
Not this one.
No, but my point is just because it's like public school is a good experience to build resilience, undoubtedly. We all went through public school, even
Yeah,
though our
yeah.
parents probably could have sent us to private school. I'm glad they did. But I will pull my kid out of school so fucking fast, bro. Like so fast if there's like even an inkling of a school shooting or some bullshit like this. Because
Well,
your
this is
kids are at
terrible.
such
This
they're at
isn't
such
even-
a fucking they're at such a vulnerable age all through 12th grade. You got to be so careful, man.
right.
I'm
tell
looking
you,
at the photos of this girl's
bullying
legs.
is
She got
crazy.
beat. She got her. I'll put the photos of her legs up. That's fucking insane, man.
Cam
yeah,
has
it's
been
not
in
great. They beat
private
her.
school his whole career, and he's going to be up until he goes to high school. He is ill prepared for a normal public high school.
Right, like,
but
you told us
there's
about the
absolutely
car
no
ride, yeah.
bullying. There's no like fear. I have no fear of like anyone
His
bringing
school,
a gun.
they bully you
like,
to get better grades. Like you
Right,
didn't do
right.
your homework on time.
right. Like there's no absolutely no bullying or anything like that. But
You're not reading the assignments.
he's gonna be that kid when he gets
You're
to
gonna
high
get in
school.
trouble.
He's gonna run. He's gonna run between classes with his big backpack.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
gonna make
No.
weird noises.
No,
Yeah.
he won't.
Oh yes, he will.
He'll make
Yes.
he'll make a group of friends of other smart kids, and they'll
Well, yeah,
they'll
they'll
defend
all
each
be
other.
the same,
Look,
yeah.
That's a tough story.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back on track with the next one, but talk amongst yourselves. I got to throw on some more Eagles gear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Look,
Oh,
look at this
nice.
bullshit. Look at this bullshit. This
Oh,
is
that's
girl-
terrible. That's not
She was
nice.
getting
That's
fucking
her
beat.
bruises. Yeah,
That's her
bad.
bruises.
She got bruises all over her legs. Pat's showing. The girl got beat. The guy didn't. The fucking administrator didn't even pay attention to it. Tried to victim blame. I mean, it's just disgusting.
And he's
New
the fucking
Jersey's gotta do
superintendent.
something
He's
about
not the principal. He's the superintendent. Like have some tact, motherfucker.
I also
Like,
heard that the dad. I think it was the same story that the dad of the daughter who killed herself is denying because they were saying that like some racism played a role in why she was getting
Oh
bullied.
no, yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
care. He's like, no, it's not about that. She's
Right,
exactly.
right,
Like,
But
she
she's
just
bullied
bullied
to
him.
death.
Yeah,
in the
bullied.
school, and the administrator didn't.
But
do
There's
shit.
plenty
I
of
think
white kids
assholes
and
are
black
saying
kids and Hispanic kids at that
the
school.
reason they kicked
didn't
her
beat
ass
her up
was-
because she was white. They beat her up because she
No.
had a
I
boyfriend.
think they're saying because that she may have been racist. I may not be the one I'm talking about, but I know that he was saying that was not my daughter.
What is that? Justified to bully somebody?
No, not at all. I'm
That-
just
no,
I'm just
I
trying to
just
give the
don't
full story
understand.
here.
Thanks for adding that,
Yeah.
Wes. Great.
You do
Let's-
want to
let's
beat
move on.
racism out of someone, though. You do.
Oh my
want-
goodness.
No, I don't think. He blew that off. He was like, it's not part of it.
She was on the Jersey Shore, Tom's River area, Bayville. is the
Let's
other
get
side.
back on track with the good one. Okay, that's a tough one. Toronto Mayor John Tory is a dirty dog. He's 68, but the man likes to 69 his staffers.
How old are they, Mark? How old are they?
31.
Look at all these staffers.
Yeah, that's perfect for a 60-something.
Hey, scoot up just an inch if you don't mind.
Hey, it's my 69th birthday. I think you know what I want. You know what I mean?
It's sad for chicks that that human males' prime earning age is late 50s, early 60s. Really sad for chicks all over
the
the world.
balls are hanging low. The problem is not only is this guy her boss, but he's also married, at least for now. Unlike his employment, he's unemployed now. He's not. He's no longer the mayor of Toronto.
So not an open marriage. The mayor of Toronto,
No.
Rob Ford wasn't the mayor of Toronto, was he?
Yes. I
Wow.
think so.
Then that's just a dirty dog position, bro.
Oh, well,
dude,
you try to
Toronto-
live up to that guy's shoes. That
To
guy-
Rob
biggest city.
Ford, the
crack
king,
smoking. That guy was like Chris Farley. Like,
crack smoking, donut eating, cocaine snorting.
Yeah.
He was the king.
Intern
his
fucking-
meatballs. Yeah.
Doug,
Bribe
Doug
taken.
Ford's still alive,
Right.
and I follow him just to like get a little taste of his brother.
Yeah, it's
you
like
know?
Jim Belushi, John Belushi.
It's like going to see a Kevin Farley set at a comedy
Yeah,
club.
exactly. You miss him. It's like almost like it.
Yeah,
John
so
Tory
close.
resigned from office just 1 hour after news of his illicit affair with the 31-year-old staffer made the news. He goes, it's printed. I'm out of here. He said,
Oh, that means there's a lot more, dude.
Oh,
if you get out
yeah.
after an hour, you mean
Oh,
like that means
yeah.
that's
I
preemptive.
mean, this guy's Cuomo level, worse than Cuomo.
This
'cause
guy
Cuomo
was
just
fucking
groping people.
everything.
Did he kill
This guy was
Olds?
actually doing it.
He said, quote, I recognize that permitting this relationship to develop was a serious error in judgment on my part. He also said he was stepping down so he could, quote, take the time to reflect on my mistakes, and then went on to say, hey, listen, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Oh! If she didn't want me to smell it, then why'd she prop it up for me then?
Why'd you lift it up if you didn't want me to smell it?
Yeah. And then he dropped the mic and went out. He's out as the mayor of Toronto, but he's staying on as the mayor of Poontown because the guy's a dog. You know what I mean? Instead of giving out keys to the city, he's giving out keys to his motel rooms, you know?
Oh man,
It's almost
think
more
about
famous now.
Got a picture
think
of the
about this
staffer.
practically. Yeah, I'm trying to find the picture of the staffer, but
It's Canada though. They probably
hard
really
to
sewed
find.
up that name.
Yeah.
think about this
Hard to
critically,
find.
guys. So
Kill you, but they won't show your face.
That's right.
so he
That's right.
They'll do it anonymously, Wes.
Yeah.
it comes out that he's 69ing his staffers, right?
Big time.
And 1 hour later, he's resigned. So he's essentially thrown himself into the perfect storm of worst possible situation to face his wife, because not only is she finding out he has no job to go
He's
to.
obviously 1,000% admitting to every word printed in that article.
Right, but he has no job to go to. You know what I mean? Like he can't like get away for at least 6 or 7 hours a
But
day
once
from
you've
his
been
wife.
the mayor of Toronto, even if you're that toxic, I'm sure you can get like a consulting gig somewhere.
Can we call him like we called the DUI lady and hopefully get his wife?
You can probably blackmail someone, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All the contracts he's signed on and like deals he's made
The
with
other
people.
guys that are fucking staffers.
Exactly. He can just leverage that shit.
The
and,
mayor
like,
of
get
Toronto
another
has some,
high-paying
That's how the
job.
Illuminati
some
works.
details. Yeah, he's got some details.
Right.
He also
That-
said,
why do you think Epstein didn't kill himself? You know,
Yeah, sure.
it was all like a circle of this kind of stuff.
the mayor of Toronto that's 69 and says 31-year-old staffers has some secrets. He has retained some secrets for sure. He also said, quote, I deeply regret having to step away from a job that I love in a city that I love even more. But the dog's hungry. And when the dog gets hungry, he's got to eat. The dog has an appetite. Ow, ow! And then again, drop the mic. Here's a few pictures of...
Put it in the dish. That's how I like to eat it.
Just drop it in. I like it wet and dry. Mix it up for me.
Put it on the floor in the dish.
Here's a few pictures of John and his wife of 45 years that the New York Post decided to just throw in the article for no reason. Here they are. There they are. There's them at the wedding, and then 45 years later.
The caption is, "You may have come here for pics of the staffer, but this is what you get instead."
I know. That's
The dress still fits, huh?
Yeah, it does. That's Barbara.
So she's kept herself in great shape, Wes.
That's
She
just,
looks
I
like
guess
identical.
not enough. Not
She
enough.
looks
That's
Great.
That's Barbara.
He looks
and
way worse,
Babs
honestly.
wasn't doing it for the dog anymore. The dog doesn't think about who he's hurting when he's eating. You know what I mean?
Oh man, we gotta find it. We gotta find a picture of him giving a speech with his staffers behind him and take a guess.
Pick
That's what
which
we
one?
really need.
Yeah.
No, she
I
ain't
like
gonna be
that
there.
that
That'd
they,
be
that they just
ballsy
put his
as
ass
fuck.
on blast so hard.
Oh, yeah.
Here's pictures of his beautiful wife.
Yeah,
Top
she's-
1% at her
She
age.
stayed so in shape.
Still fits in the dress. Oh, sorry.
Almost no one's wife still fits in the dress.
That's 0.01% of people.
Yeah, I know.
She's not 31 though.
No.
Yeah.
It's got a few grays. So.
She can't do the splits on his face.
Yeah.
Is the
She's
problem.
not fawning over him at work.
She
I think
can't-
that's what it is. I think that's, and that's why I said at the beginning about the prime earning age. I mean, I think that's just what happens, dude. Chicks like not some, like just sometimes in the office, rich dudes, guys who have power or whatever, like
Look at my uncle.
They'll just like go all over some guy to try to just get his money, basically.
Power,
And so-
but no, power is sexy, Will, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
what
the
you do
power too, the
professionally.
power too.
Your wife doesn't find you sexy because of your power. That's ultimately it. Like she married you because she likes who you are, not what you do usually. So
Right.
you're getting that power attraction at work, and you're not getting that at home. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. And it happens so much with dudes
And
in
the
that
splits.
age
And
group. You know?
forget how flexible she is at 31.
I am powerful. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do make a ton of money. I
Yeah,
could
you're
take
right.
you on a trip.
I could fuck you.
Do you want to go on a trip right now? I'll take you to the nicest hotel in town.
I deserve to fuck you.
It's amazing how many points you're making while sucking my dick. I can understand everything you're saying. And that takes us to
The cream of the crop!
Some good points. That's very funny.
and today's top story is they're here, and I'm not talking about Poltergeist. I'm talking about aliens.
Great movie though, Poltergeist. Toby
Yeah.
Hooper,
Talking about
Steven
aliens.
Spielberg.
So nice, and the Eagles chain. So Mark, the aliens, and these are so last week there was a Chinese spy balloon in Alaska and Montana, and now this week there's aliens in Alaska and Montana.
Well, we're getting attacked based upon the headlines, Will.
China. Okay,
And
so
China.
the
Right,
U-
well, and-
right. So here we
Yeah.
go. Let's get into it. The U.S. Air Force or Navy shot down another unidentified object on Friday afternoon with the help of Canada. This time the thing was spotted off the coast of Alaska at first and then went into the Yukon Territory, Canadian frozen tundra, and that's where it was shot down. It was a Trudeau and Biden cooperation thing, so we didn't let it slowly go across the Midwest
US
and
shot it
down
down,
to the
though.
southeast coast. Yeah, it was a U.S.
Those
F-22.
Canadian pilots couldn't get it done. That's
No, they were just like, help us. Sorry. So didn't go all the way across and down to the East Coast and a college party and get shot down this time. Although, hold the phone, another unidentified object was spotted this weekend after the one that was shot down on Friday in Montana. And get this, China is now saying they're seeing an unidentified object over the Yellow Sea and are preparing to shoot it down today.
Oh wow! So they magically could produce their own right after it showed up in the United States. Also, Mark, we haven't covered, but because I figured they were all fake. But Russia claimed to have shot one of these down. I think Ukraine also has claimed to shoot one of these down.
Recently, huh?
Like in the last 48 hours.
Recently, yeah.
So these balls they
Well,
claim
it's not a
are-
ball, Will. You got to listen. It's not a ball this time. So is China doing this in a big?
How many
move
school
to throw-
buses?
One.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. I have a school bus measurement. It's half a giraffe.
For the circular objects, you got to school. Okay, good.
So is China doing this, saying they're seeing one in a big brain move to throw us off their scent, or is this not China spy balloons and just aliens that clearly like cold weather because it's freezing in it's winter time in China and it's frozen tundra over there. They're in the Yukon and they're in Alaska and Montana. It's in the winter time. It's like below 20 degrees there. They like polar ice caps, maybe. So anyways, what happened was an F-22 fighter jet shot down, this time at 40,000 feet. An object described as small and cylindrical that had no visible propulsion, which is baffling to one anonymous pilot. Also, several pilots said that the object interfered with their sensors and electrical wiring, which is Alien 101. That's basic classic alien shit. Right. Let me guess, it had a force field at first too, and we figured out how to get past it, right?
Well, no, it seems to go down like a sack of bricks when you hit it.
They forgot the force field, but they have the electrical wiring to fuck with our wiring when we're flying.
So it had electrical wiring in it.
No, it fucked with our electrical wiring.
Right. Okay.
When our planes got near the F-22, it fucked with their systems.
So it had like some type of electrical impulse.
Described as a small cylinder with no propulsion activity. Now the balloon's also probably no propulsion because it's a balloon, but this is being described as definitely not a balloon.
Right. I think it's something from the Earth, and I think
sounds
all
like a
these
balloon
things
though.
are.
It's like a different shaped balloon. You know, like when you like make an animal, like a hot dog. It's like that part of the balloon. It's like one of those long, thin balloons as opposed to a circular balloon. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
We won't find out. I think we'll never know the truth of this. Probably.
Chuck Schumer said that the Chinese must be humiliated after 3 objects are shot down. I mean, there's so much news breaking.
Well, China's saying that it's happening to them too. Now, China's like everyone's kind of agreeing that the first one was China. They're like, okay, that was us.
Right.
But now they're saying these other cylindrical ones that are popping up everywhere. Mum's the word, other than not a balloon.
And that's the thing is like there's been little balls over Russia and Ukraine. Yeah. Nobody's taking that they claim they shoot down. Nobody's taking credit for these, which makes me think it's probably just fake. Like it's just governments like
what were the lasers
to get us all maybe they're trying to get us all
lasers from the balloon
to combine
the Hawaiian lasers.
Yeah, Pat, I saw that video. It's just that's what the weather balloon does when it's like collecting data.
What a creepy thing to do.
Will, are you saying like it's the plot from the Watchmen, the graphic novel, not the HBO remake of the future, but when Ozymandias came up with an alien invasion to get all the humans to stop the Cold War of nuclear
common
threat,
enemy
to have a common enemy.
I think it could be like trying to trick people to believe there's a common enemy.
Okay,
but I honestly I would have to see like an actual ship and something that doesn't get shot down on the first shot to believe.
Yeah, these aliens kind of suck.
Any
right?
type of alien tech.
The aliens suck. Pentagon spokesman General Patrick Ryder said, "It's definitely not space aliens. We swear."
What a disappointment that would be. If
we know because it's us. Because it's our shit.
Yeah. President Joe Biden said that the operation on Friday was a success, but what about the other at least 2 UFOs in Montana and China? What are we talking about here, Joe? The one was shot down on Friday, like I said, being described as an unmanned small cylindrical object flying at around 40,000 feet, not a balloon, not nearly as big as the one shot down at Myrtle Beach, way less than 3 school buses in size, about a half a giraffe. If we keep shooting these things out of the sky, 1, they're going to get mad at us. And 2, I'm worried one of the commercial airlines is going to change their logo on the side of a plane one day, and we're going to shoot that out of the sky.
Right. Could be a long cylinder thing.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a test? If it is aliens, do you think these are tests and we're failing the test every time we explode one?
We're definitely shooting them without asking questions.
Like
so
a friendly test?
I don't think they're too happy about the results.
Like, what's the first move?
I mean, we're declaring war.
Is it kill and ask questions later test?
Shoot first. Yeah. What's what we're doing?
Well, dude, the one they shot down over Alaska, luckily, I thought during that press conference that the guy for the Pentagon gave was very cool because he's like, and the waters are frozen. The waters are frozen. So it's going to be right there on top of the frozen waters. And there's going to be a recovery effort. I mean, like, he's just saying we're going to get it.
Well, all I'm saying is you don't see them flying to Texas, so I'm safe down here, Wes. We're safe. They like the cold climates.
I almost had a panic attack.
They like the cold climates. They keep being
They're
going to
get it, and we'll never know what the details are, is my guess.
It's winter.
Right? We've recovered it. And it's
but what was up with them closing the airspace over the Helena?
I don't know, Wes. Why did they close the airspace in Montana?
It was because of these things. They said they.
Why did they close it in Canada?
Yeah,
it's because of these things that we don't know about, other than they're cylindrical.
It definitely couldn't be a distraction from the horrible news that broke to end last week, right?
Probably not.
Well, I don't even remember what it was. I've been so focused on the aliens.
They don't do distractions. Yeah, we're talking about the aliens, Will. We don't care about
get with the program, Will.
Yeah. Right. I got it.
And so, anyways, they clearly like cold climates. It's winter time. They're in the coldest places. But they also don't know much about Earth because it looks like they're planning on landing in North Canada. And what are they going to do? Migrate down to the U.S.? I don't think so. That's a red flag since no one's coming from Canada to the U.S. Those morons should have landed in South America and joined one of the migrant groups and smuggled in with all the people walking from the south.
Better.
North.
Then they could have got shipped to Canada.
They don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Smart, bro.
conservatives would shit their pants if they found an alien amongst the migrants.
Actual
that.
aliens.
Holy shit.
Biden has broken the
Son of a
border.
bitch.
Actual aliens
That would be
walking in.
incredible. Yeah.
Well, no, they would love it.
Walking
'cause
in under the underpass. You see that?
Imagine the posses.
I thought I
Imagine
saw
the
every
Real
posses.
alien.
Yeah.
The posses would be epic, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, the militias would be lit.
All right, well, I'm not getting a wink of sleep until I kill all these migrant aliens.
No, you can kill them. They might be an alien. Shoot them.
Many are saying the Aurora Borealis, a.k.a. the Northern Lights, is a portal.
No one's saying that.
Oh,
like
I
they
am.
come through
I
the
just made
Aurora
that up.
Borealis?
It's possible. I made it up right now, but it could be.
A black hole would be the most likely
Well,
if it's really aliens.
They
right?
keep showing up in the Yukon and Alaska.
Yeah,
We
or
can see-
actually under the sea. I think people
you can
don't
see
do
the
that
Aurora
enough.
Borealis from those locations. Is all I'm saying. Also, they picked a weird decade to invade. The 2020s are butt. They could have come in the 70s and gone to Woodstock and done a bunch of acid and had orgy stuff going on, or maybe in the 80s and done a bunch of coke. The 90s are pretty cool too. Those Bulls teams were great. Grunge rock. Everyone had some money. These aliens are stupid. They're probably bald as well, as most alien depictions historically have been. But just because they're bald, you don't have to be, because this cup of coffee is brought to you by Nutrafol. You know what I'm saying?
Segway.
Oh.
Segway.
Oh.
Ooh. King of the Segway approved, Willie?
Oh, that was incredible.
It's pretty good, right?
Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, clinically shown to improve your hair growth, thickness, and visible scalp coverage. Nutrafol's hair growth nutraceuticals go beyond genetics to multi-target the root causes of thinning, including stress, hormones, nutrition, metabolism, aging, and lifestyle through whole body health. It's physician formulated. They use natural medical grade ingredients. Nutrafol's drug-free patented technology provides consistent, reliable results without compromising your sexual health. Ow, ow, you know what I mean? Get thick twice, you know what I mean? In a clinical study, men showed progressive improvement in hair growth and thickness after 3 and 6 months. Nutrafol is also trusted and recommended by more than 3,000 top doctors. You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com/men and entering the promo code HARDFACTOR to save $15 off your first month subscription. This is their best offer anywhere, and it's only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. Plus, free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com/men. That's Nutrafol.com/men. Promo code HARDFACTOR. That'll be up in the show notes as well.
Beautiful. McDonald's is once again at the center of a controversy, this time in Truro, Cornwall, England. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, so one of you Brits, please correct me. Where some locals have become extremely offended by a McDonald's sign, a local bus stop, advertising their McCrispy sandwich. So here's the sign. Looks delicious, doesn't it? So what's the fucking problem? You would think people of Cromwell would be
great.
elated that there's a McDonald's nearby. I mean, they'd probably get sick of eating haggis and cock eventually, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you'd think so.
Actual cock or metaphorical
Yeah, an
cock?
actual cock.
Right.
Yeah. Just kidding,
Okay.
Andrew. Just kidding. Just kidding. A lot of English fans out there. Just keep your hair on. That's another phrase they say over there. Keep your hair on.
They have a lot of good sayings.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Did you look into the?
Don't not brush your teeth over it.
Yeah.
You saw where that got you.
Yeah.
What's the breakfast item? Is it called spotted dick? The thing. that
Spotted
they-
dick,
Whoa.
speckled dick. Is it
Blood,
speckled dick or
blood
spotted
sausage, blood pudding.
Yeah.
They also
have a
have,
lot of-
they also have a little dish
penis-based names.
that's the offensive name for a gay person.
Cigarettes.
Well, no, there's also a dish called that.
a bit of dick. Is that what they have in the morning?
Yeah, it's weird.
But that's a McChicken, dude, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Why are they calling it a McCrispy?
Well, I guess it's
Royale with cheese.
over there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like it's their way. They like the crispiness over the chicken.
I think the McChicken is the dollar version, and the McCrispy is a bigger, fuller breast, like an actual big sandwich. I think that's the way it goes. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, so what's the problem? Well, the problem is that the sign is right next to a sign pointing to the Penmount Crematorium and Funeral Home. There you
McCrispy
go.
next to a crematorium, yeah.
And there's the
Yeah,
advertised.
yeah.
So they're at crematorium left, McCrispy straight ahead. That's funny, right? I mean,
It's very funny.
Very funny.
Yeah, it's very funny.
I mean, if you're on your way to cremate your mom, it might be a tad insensitive. But a
What if you
McDonald's.
got a McCrispy and you were like, oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, but a McDonald's sign next to the crematorium, it's a sign that life goes on. Life is great,
Look,
especially when there's McDonald's nearby, right?
That's going to give you a little chuckle, and I agree. It might put you in the mood to have a McCrispy after you're done with the funeral.
Absolutely.
I mean, most people like want to have a laugh when they lose a loved one. Like I remember at my grandma's
the
funeral,
Brits especially, right?
Yeah.
my dad took the mom flower arrangement. It was his mother that died, and he flipped it upside down. So it said, "Wow," that was funny.
Yeah.
That is
Flipped
fun.
upside down. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is funny. Look,
Yeah, gotta
You
laugh.
need to have a little laugh. All right.
cremate yourself as well. Your stomach. Cremate your hunger.
That's right. Yeah. But not everyone sees it that way. One whose mother-in-law was cremated at the establishment last year said, although I can see the funny side, it is tasteless, and I'm sure some grieving family members won't like to see it when visiting Penn Mount for the funeral and cremation of a loved one. Another person.
Thank God it wasn't Burger King flame broiled.
Are they
That
suggesting
was the
it
joke
was,
they made in the article.
So they're saying that McDonald's did this completely on purpose. They're saying McDonald's sought out a crematorium and put a McCrispy.
No, they
sign
didn't
next to
ad
it.
buy, Willie. They didn't ad buy, and it landed there.
Yeah, exactly. So, and so not, other people were like, hey, one guy said, no worse than our local council entertaining the idea of allowing a crematorium to be built next to a retirement village, which I guess that happened over there. So the people of Cromwell just make bad decisions, and
Oh, that's way worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
way worse.
In
It's
the
efficient,
end,
though.
McDonald's decided it was best to remove the sign. No word yet on what will replace it, but they do have some ideas. Here's a couple of the ideas that they're toying with to replace the sign. And excuse the shitty, the ghost pepper chicken nuggets from Burger King.
Got him.
Weber Grill is thinking about putting up 1,000 degrees Neapolitan pizza.
Ooh, that's hot.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
good.
yeah.
Hell energy drink.
Hell.
Yeah, Hell
Did
energy
Bruce
drink.
Willis sponsor Hell?
Yeah, he did. He's
No, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that he did.
He doesn't
that, so
know.
it doesn't
They
count.
said
Yeah, that's what tipped him off. Yeah,
Tallulah and Rumor did it.
Yeah.
And then, as Mark said, flame grilled Whopper, the only flame grilled burger, and then the Up in Smoke
Just like Mom.
barbecue book by Matt Pelton is another one.
Wow.
Those were all the contenders they were considering.
those were all
I
the
think
things
the McCrispy's honestly the best choice. They went with the best one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I found another examples of poorly placed ads from around the world. And here's some funny ones. This is Turkish Airways, and it's on an escalator, but instead of the plane going up, it's crashing.
Yeah. The plane's going down.
About to hit the ground.
Yeah.
Pull up.
Here's
Turkish Airways.
a Nestle sign, and she's supposed to be licking I guess, an ice cream cone, but there's a dumpster next to it, so
Yeah.
she looks like she's licking the dumpster.
Yeah,
That
those
was-
park
that was
maintenance guys.
purposeful.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
fucked
She'll
with that.
do anything.
Yeah.
This one's funny. It's a sign for it's an advertisement for an optometrist, and it's on the other side of the subway. So it says, "Come a little closer," and if you come too close, you're just gonna fall on the tracks.
Right.
Come a little closer.
Come a little closer.
over the train tracks. That's great.
Here's a Starbucks van that didn't think how it would look when the door was open, so it just says it's the Starbucks logo, and then it says "sucks." Here's an awesome one. It's a soccer player on the side of a taxi, and his the black door handle is right where his crotch is.
Nice.
So it's just a big.
Is that on
black-
accident or on purpose? Because
That one might be on purpose.
Yeah, they're trying to be a little provocative. with
I don't
that
know,
one.
man. That's a car wrap. They're hard to
Whoa,
make.
look at this.
This
one.
is great now. Oh my goodness.
Got a giant thirst, and it's a carrot, and the other billboard is a woman leaning over, and it looks like the carrot's about to just go right in her butt. So
Yeah.
Okay, now that one is just a hilarious sign owner. This guy sold these two ads knowing he was going to do this. That's incredible.
there's some boobs. This is a funny one too. Parrot lost reward, and then below that says parrot barbecue this weekend.
That's awesome. We saw one of those. That's a troll. We
That's
saw one of those
Petey.
in New Jersey, right? Mark, in Asbury Park, it was like, what was it? It was like a whale barbecue.
Oh
but-
yeah.
But
they
it's
have
also,
that
it's
fake,
also
yeah,
stealing
they-
your Petey joke.
the
Petey
whale
was
grill.
delicious. Yeah.
Petey was
whale
delicious,
cookout.
man.
Yeah.
So there you have
Mark,
it.
speaking of birds too, Mark added the Eagle's hat. So
Look how old
there we
school
go.
this hat is.
That is
Hell
that is
yeah,
old
man.
It's coming. It's
from,
nice.
like,
That's the Kelly Green
elementary
Eagles
school.
era.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, the poll is up. Who's winning Super Bowl 57?
Birds,
so
right?
feel free to vote on that. The birds are
Feel free
going
to
to
vote
win.
for the Eagles.
Birds.
Also, now Air Defense Airspace NOTAM has closed parts of over Lake Michigan 17 minutes ago.
See, Will?
I mean, there's two possibilities. One
What do you
possibility
mean?
is
They
want
I see.
aliens. You know what they do? They're coming to watch this game. They're coming to watch this.
Do I see the people who are just saying
the aliens are coming?
all
The
this
aliens are
stuff
coming
is
to watch
happening?
this game because
Yes,
you know what I
see
think
it.
happened? I think that they might be time traveling aliens. I think we might be in store for quite a show today.
Well, I hope so. I hope that we actually get to see any of this or know any actual
The aliens
information about
had
any
to
of
see
it
the
instead
Kelsey
of it just
Bowl.
being classified.
The first
That would
time
be
brothers are
incredible.
playing in a game together. The first time two black starting quarterbacks are against each other. The winner of the MVP, the runner-up of the MVP, the old coach that used to coach the Eagles, now coaching Kansas City, and then the Eagles coach who got fired by him when he went over to Kansas City. Come on.
Quite the story.
Come on.
Let's get to the next story. Guys, we've covered the hijinks of pathological liar and U.S. Congressman Anthony George Santos DeVolder at great length on this show. But as we hoped and deep down knew, the Santos lies weren't done bubbling to the surface. We got some freshies. Okay, let's take it back to 2017, November 13th. George Anthony DeVolder Santos made the 150-mile hike from New York City out to Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, which is also perhaps better known as Amish
town.
country.
Yeah, Amish country.
That's right. Yep, no electricity out there. Horse and buggy land. What was George's business in Amish country? Well,
He had no
was going out there to scam some golden retrievers, German shepherds, and Yorkshire Terrier puppies right off the Amish.
That makes sense because he feels like he's with his city brain, with the 6-shooter of lies he's always got ready. He's just gonna bamboozle these Amish.
He
when
can
gets
walk.
home.
He can talk circles around these Amish.
These Amish are
morons.
toast. Just wait. Just wait till you hear what he tried to run into one of these Amish guys. Okay, so George must have gotten a late start that day because he arrived at one of the farms, the farm that was selling the majority of the golden retrievers, after 9 p.m., which is technically the next day for the Amish, but that didn't bother George. The farmer actually started coming forward when the stories first broke about Santos a couple months back, but it's taken him roughly since then to make it to a reporter's office in person since he was traveling by horse and buggy. So right when, you're wondering why this is coming out now, it's because an Amish guy had to travel by horse and buggy to tell someone. According to the farmer,
Right.
Santos rolled up and said, hey, look, I'll pay a little more than $5,000 by wire transfer for 8 golden retriever puppies, okay?
From the vulgar industries.
And he's saying wire transfer to an Amish guy, okay? He's saying words that he just don't understand. And Santos keeps pulling his phone out and putting the phone in the Amish guy's face, which is really offensive in the first place. He doesn't know this technology. And he's saying, look, see, it says right there's my bank. The wire transfer's coming through, right?
He's like a crypto scammer in real life.
I mean, think
and
about
he's
that.
getting people that don't understand crypto. Yeah.
Right. The Amish guy said that he was, quote,
He's
there
like, it's
for...
like churning butter.
Right.
It doesn't happen right away.
Right, but look,
It's
see,
un-
look right there. Like he
me
must
the
have
dog,
dummied up a fucking wire transfer like graphic that said the money's coming over. The guy doesn't know any better. The Amish farmer said, quote, he was there for more than an hour trying to convince me. His tongue, okay, I'm gonna do my Amish voice. His tongue waggles. He talks fast. Smooth talker is how I'd describe him. Yeah, so I guess wary. The farmer called his bank. I don't know how he did that, but I guess they have phones. Right. Called the customer service line. It was open late, and the bank was like, "Look, no payment has been wired to your account, or is in the process of being wired to your account." At which point, Santos, he had to think quick on his feet because he didn't think the Amish guy was going to have a phone. Right? Damn it! What do I do? So he said, "Look, I'll just take
electricity."
Exactly. Look, Santos goes, "Look, I'll just take 4 of the dogs and I'll pay by check." And the farmer said, "Okay." And
yeah,
Santos
you
said,
seem like a square fella.
Yeah, you're a square
This check
fella.
won't bounce, will it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
No way, right?
The Amish guy later said that he was really
We're
confused
gonna forgive you on this one.
the check didn't have Santos's address on it. I've never seen a check like that
God.
before. It just had his name,
No,
no
you can't
address.
do that.
So Santos said, "Look, I'll just take the 4 with the check, and I'll come back with cash for the rest of the puppies later." But he never did.
Such an obvious con, man.
Yeah.
It's such a con, right? Okay.
What was he going to make, $1,000 off this con?
What do you?
Dude,
Yeah,
it gets
couple
so much.
What do you say? I just grab as many as I can hold.
Yeah.
Well, look,
There's
no,
some
I mean,
pocket change. Just a con out to Amish country for some pocket change.
Yeah.
More to fuck with the Amish guy than anything else.
I think you're seriously underestimating this. So it was $5,000 roughly for 8 puppies, but he took 4.
Yeah,
I'm guessing at
500 a dog.
$2,500, right?
Yeah, so 200, no, 2,000. Like, so if he's gonna average 500 a puppy, he's thinking that he's gonna give him this fraudulent check, and he's gonna get $2,000
It's for like
worth
$3
of puppies
grand.
back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is a lot of work for this.
He had to drive
right.
to Amish country, spend an hour with this guy, do all this stuff.
And you got to deal with 4 puppies.
He's getting
for,
free.
Right.
He's
Not
killing them.
day's work.
$2,000
Yeah, the puppies are
Look.
shitting everywhere.
You guys are right. It seems like not a lot of
Juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Oh man.
Yeah.
it seems like not a lot of juice for the squeeze.
Santos. Yeah.
Right. And that would be true. That would be true if there weren't 8 more checks like this, guys,
Oh,
because
he went to like different places.
Oh, he just went around.
he didn't just go home after he was hanging out with that
now you're
golden
talking like
retriever
20
owner.
grand. Yeah.
With a trunk full of 4 golden retrievers pups, Santos left the farm, but he wasn't finished. He went to at least 7, if not 8 more Amish farms that night, passing a bad check for 2 German Shepherd puppies,
Oh my God.
3 or 4 Yorkshire Terriers worth $2,000.
It's like the car in Dumb and Dumber when the
At a 4th farm, Santos told the Amish breeder that he owned 3 pet stores in the city in an attempt to explain away why his car was filled to the brim with at least 12 puppies.
Oh, no.
At that point.
He's blasting Brazilian music, just driving down the highway
Bro.
with fucking puppies everywhere.
they're eating all this drag gear. Get out! Hey, no, don't eat that. Eating this glitter and shit.
He fucking passed 9 bad checks in Amish country one night. At the time, Santos was in the midst of his first Congress run, and he told, or I guess he was also running what he described as quote Pets Charity. This is Friends of Pets United, or FOPU.
Oh, yeah, he pulled that scam a lot.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
he's
a charity.
He's a pet con man, which is so amazing. That's like
Right.
one of the stupidest things to be a con man of. Probably easiest to get away with though, which is smart. And yeah.
So pay attention to this con. This is where it gets a little bit complicated, but it's super interesting. Frantic Missy says he's a Disney villain. I agree.
He is.
All right. So Friends of
he's
Pets United.
But he's like the dumb one. He's not the main villain. He's like the henchman, like the one he's like Cruella DeVille's like.
He's one of those
the
dumb
henchman.
guys.
Yeah. He's the dumb
Dude,
guy.
Well, no,
Look,
he's,
guys.
he's running the scheme himself.
I know, I do. Dude, think about what it takes to do this. Like, and he's got like a fucking Volkswagen Golf or something that he's got like 19 puppies in.
Oh, they could
But he-
barely fit in there. Yeah.
He drove his ass. That's like a 2.5-hour drive from the city to Amish country.
Sit down.
He's
Sit
rolling
down.
up. He's rolling up after 9 p.m. to these Amish
He
farms.
bamboozled 9 Amish farmers in one night.
Did he not have a trailer?
He's a good con man, or he's
Well, they can't.
He's better
they can't
than a
call
lot.
each
He made it
other to be
Congress.
like
Right.
be like, hey, there might be some guy coming, to buy some puppies. They got no
Exactly.
communication.
So here's where the con gets interesting. Okay, so he has Friends of Pets United, right, which is the same quote unquote animal charity that he used to rip off that veteran whose dog ended up dying. So Friends of Pets United held a bunch of puppy adoption events at a pet store called Pet Oasis, which is a local chain on Staten Island. So according to the posts on the store's Instagram and Facebook pages, they were running an adoption event on November 16th, which is just 3 days after, I guess, the breeders got ripped off by Santos. So Pets Oasis advertised the next Friends of Pets event with a photo of the animals that he had ripped off for adoption. The Golden Retriever was in there. The German Shepherd puppies were in there. And then on the 24th of November, 2017, they ran another adoption event with the other dogs that were taken from these Amish people, right?
So he didn't make any money.
No. Listen to the con,
little bit.
Wes. Listen to the
Okay.
con.
All right.
Staten Island. Okay, so he's running Friends of Pets United for 2
So
reasons.
the donations all go to him.
Well, he needs a charitable organization, just like when you're in high school and they're like, you got to have an after-school activity to make your resume look good. So that's why he has the pets charities, because he's running for Congress. He needs something.
Right, and
Okay,
he steals the dogs to feed the pet charity.
Right. So, but he
Incredible.
steals the dog. He drops them off under a legitimate event. Now they were getting $300 to $500 per dog during this adoption event. Okay.
Yep.
Staten Island resident Michelle Vazzo said that she adopted an English cream golden retriever from the adoption event, and Santos told her that the dog was rescued from an Amish puppy mill. So that's what he's telling people.
Yes!
She paid
He's
$400.
rescuing him.
Okay. So
He's such a con man.
so Daniel
And
Acevedo,
he made it to
right?
Congress. He's in U.S. Congress. That's
The
how
guy
good
who
of a
owns
con
Pet
man he is.
Oasis,
It's true.
who at the time said the store did not share, and this is where you got to pay attention. The store did not share any of the money Santos took in with him, and they cut ties with him after a short period. But why? Because when the store gave a check to Santos's charity, the cash check showed the charity name had been crossed out and replaced with Santos's name. So he took all the capital.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, everything's coming to him from the charity. It was a profit. It was
all that,
full profit for Santos.
Les is still not impressed with like a $20,000 scheme.
I mean, it's good. It's pretty good, but
Plus,
I mean, after all that, of course, he
it
crossed
goes on
out
his
his name.
resume that he's a charitable guy. He's
right.
the good
He's-
guy.
Yeah, he's two birds in one stone in this whole thing.
It's
So
just
here's-
an insane scam to pull.
Here's where it gets better.
Well, he's totally insane.
Here's where it
Yeah,
gets better.
Down, man.
Nothing's
So-
too insane for him.
Had only
He wins.
four.
He plays outside the box.
I mean, dude, come on, dude. You go rip off 9 Amish breeders. You run a phony adoption scam to satisfy your charitable
Surely he
organization
couldn't
need for
go
your
this
Congress
low.
campaign.
It's so outlandish. No one.
And then
would
you
believe it.
take and then you take all the cash and you just deposit it in your personal account. Okay, so it took 2 years. Had all 9 breeders reported him, he would be in jail for a felony, undoubtedly. Only 4 breeders ended up. I think 3 of them reported. 1 of them reported later. It took 2 years for police to track Santos down, especially because there was no address on the check.
Right.
And when the
Well,
cops
his
showed
name
up,
is Anthony DeVolder sometimes too.
Right,
So
different name.
It gets confusing.
Yes.
So when the cops showed up at his door, he called this woman, Tiffany Bogason, who's a friend from junior high who'd gone on to become an attorney. And Tiffany said in an interview that Santos called her in a panic one day. This is February 2020. That's when they caught up with him. And that's during he was in the middle of a Congress run at that point. And he told her that the New York City law enforcement officials had informed him
They found the
that
dogs.
he was wanted in Pennsylvania for passing bad checks and needed to report there immediately. And he sent her copies of the 9 checks. He said, if this comes out, it's going to be a scandal. Okay. And Tiffany said she got in touch. Tiffany, I'm running for Congress. Did I tell you I'm running for Congress?
Yeah.
Congress, Tiffany.
Make it go away, Tiffany.
So Tiffany said that she contacted the state trooper, the Pennsylvania state trooper who'd been assigned the case, and in an email, she told the trooper that Santos said that he didn't write the bad checks and that his checkbook had gone missing shortly after he opened the account, right?
Nice.
Dude,
Yeah,
his schemes are deep.
Yeah.
She described Santos as a victim of fraud, and then she talked to the trooper over the phone and said, look, he's running for Congress. He's not going to not turn himself in. But after she learned that they were his checks and he did write them, she turned all 9 checks over to the New York Times, and that's why we know what's going on.
Amazing.
He's
So
gonna
now
be- he's gonna
basically
be
just
fine.
people,
He'll be fine.
he's such a good con man, he's such a good liar that people close to him personally had thought he was a decent guy this whole time. And
She
now
thought
that
she
all
was
the
gonna
public
protect him.
information is coming out, they're like,
Right.
oh shit, I helped him fucking scam and rob from people for years.
Right, he could have gotten away with all his little scams forever if he never ran for fucking Congress.
Right, he's an idiot. He just he's too ambitious.
Yeah.
He's his stupidity is in the fact that he's way over ambitious.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
What a fucking liar, man.
Oh, biggest liar of all time.
I just want to be just a fly on the barn for those conversations between him and the Amish people.
Look, have you ever heard the term wire transfer? Do you even speak English?
Oh, and then can you imagine watching him do that to the farmers and then watching him tell people it was an Amish puppy mill the next day? It would be
Dude.
incredible to watch.
I
He's gonna get
rescued
shot
them.
if he ever goes back to Lancaster. He's gonna get shot.
Oh, beheaded, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Fed
amazing.
to some pigs.
Yeah.
By George, he's done it again. Thank you, Pat. That was fantastic. All right, let's move it on to the last segment of the day, the horny chicks corner. And fellas, we've all been there, dangerously horny. Happens sometimes. We're all human, right? You guys have been there, right? You've been
Almost
there.
every time.
I was
You
there
might
this
make
weekend.
a mistake. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So
Been there. Yeah.
Is there a safe way to be horny?
twice last year,
honestly,
twice this morning. But yeah, no, Pat. I mean, sometimes you know what it is. Like sometimes it's controllable, but sometimes it gets dangerous. The urge.
I'll do anything.
Yeah.
You could turn into a real hound dog sometimes.
I'm not even
And-
going to hide this erection in public.
It's nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens to everybody. So we get it. We get it. This isn't shaming. But here are 3 ladies who got so dangerously horny that it might have cost them more than just a potential orgasm and a Plan B package to pay for these escapades. So let's get into it. First up, an unnamed woman was flying Delta Airlines Flight 203 from Athens, Greece to JFK in New York City last year, August 1st. And on a long flight like that, you're going to want a nap, right, guys? Like you're going to want, you're going from Greece to New York City, you're going to want to take a little snooze, right? I mean,
or watch a
little
Scorsese
wine.
flick.
Yeah, exactly. Boring movie,
Xanax,
wine, Xanax, nap. Right. So that's what this lady did. But also, naturally, after she popped her Xanax and chugged it down with a glass of white wine, this woman allegedly told the man sitting next to her that she admired his quote unquote big muscles. Ooh, look at those big muscles. And started stroking his inner thigh, and then asked, quote, if she could lay on top of me in a non-sexual way, unquote, according to the lawsuit.
And he
from the
said,
man
I'd like to see you try. Non-sexual. I'd like to see you try.
That was a lie.
Yeah.
Non-sexual, right. So this is from a lawsuit from the man who claims that her visibly drunk ass shouldn't have been let on the Delta plane in the first place, and that he's suffered emotional harm and anxiety following the incident of being basically groped by the chick next to him, the drunk chick next to him on a flight from Greece to New York.
I mean, I've got to see a picture of her to lay the true verdict, but
For sure. This guy's kept it under wraps, it seems like. The plaintiff says he
can't fly again, right? He's petrified of even flying again. Like
Exactly, Wes.
Him
He
and his
says
big muscles.
he says he now has flight anxiety, right,
Flight
with his
anxiety.
giant muscles.
Oh, it was so terrible. Usually I get this big fat guy, and then this chick was drunk and rubbing my inner thigh. It was awful.
Complimenting me.
You don't know
Lay
what
on
it's
me.
like.
Oh God.
You have no idea. The torture.
How come everyone's laughing? Why is everyone laughing?
Yeah. So the plaintiff says he was hit on so hard by this drunk chick that the crew made him finish the flight in a folding chair since, quote, nothing could be done until they landed and she was arrested at JFK. So this guy made such a scene on the flight that they put him in a folding chair, like probably back in the flight attendant area. And we're like, sir, just calm down.
Yeah,
And
the
the
jump
jump
chair.
No one had time for this idiot. Like 6 guys were like, I'll switch seats with them.
Right.
Yeah,
It's this
so many
chair of
dudes.
shame.
Hey, bro. I know that's tough. Let me get in there.
Let me
I'll
swap
take
out,
my
bro.
seat.
Hey,
Yeah.
All of a
tag,
sudden,
tag,
all the lights
tag.
go off. Ding, ding, ding.
You look a little stressed.
15
me do this
people
favor
asked to
for
see the
you.
flight attendant.
I'll switch, but only if we get a curtain in front of the row, please.
Scratching
Please,
out the
can we
D
have
and
that?
putting in
Is
an
it true that there's a moron up there that's getting sexually assaulted and he wants to switch seats? Because I can do that.
The fuck you working out for then, bro?
Yeah.
Right. So they did land in JFK eventually, and that chick did get arrested. But I do hope that like she doesn't suffer any further punishment. She's already been arrested for what she did. Hopefully like his gold digging on Delta isn't going to get this horny chick in even more trouble. Like,
No,
it's
look.
two separate
If
matters.
she didn't touch his penis with her bare hand, he needs to shut the fuck up and
No,
chew this. He needs to chew this and get over it. Like,
Right, he's suing the airline for saying that their flight attendants didn't take him seriously enough when he reported his sexual harassment. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What were they supposed to do, dude?
But they told him. They were like, "Look, sit in the fucking foldable chair, and then we'll arrest her when we get to New York."
Right.
But
Want to
that
be a little
wasn't good enough
bitch?
for
Go
him.
sit in the folding chair. You know.
Right, and then all the other dudes being like, "Hey, man, can we swap seats?" Probably didn't help the cause.
We're sorry that this lady that you don't want to bang wants to bang you, bro. I'm real sorry.
Must be so hard
she's
with
a
those
third of
giant
his
muscles.
size with his giant muscles. He couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Yeah. All right. We all get that. We all get what happened there. All right, moving on. Another horny chick who literally does it for work. I'm talking about porn star Angela White. And if you guys don't know who she is, here she is dressed
know
as
who she
Jessica
is.
Rabbit.
know
She's
who she
just,
is.
she's looking good. She is horny on a legendary level, as everybody who's seen her films knows. And probably even more than we all knew, because the Meryl Streep of porn recently had revealed that in 2013, she had to be taken to the hospital for a burst appendix following a shoot with British male porn star Kieran Lee. And so there he is. If you guys
That's a notch
recognize
on your
him.
belt. Your busted
time.
appendixes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Bragging
Angela
rights,
White.
Look at the knot on his tie.
Oh,
Yeah.
huge. Just like his 9.5-inch
Yes.
cock, Wes. Huge. Wow. Kieran Lee.
Oh, you say you got a big
What an
dong,
asshole.
eh? Your dong's pretty big, huh? Yeah, okay. You ever caused a surgery?
Have you ever killed anyone with it?
Yeah.
Burst
Yeah.
appendix. Yeah.
You ever broken an organ?
Yep. And Pat, You know what's funny is exactly like you said, because
No?
he said it on the Pillow Talk podcast. So he was bragging about
no.
how his 9.5er and him bursted Angela White's appendix one time. And apparently it happened during an hour-plus scene they did together, but it didn't stop Angela at all. She just went home, flew home to Australia after it burst, got the surgery on it, did a porno expo 4 days after the surgery.
She's a professional.
Yeah.
True professional, Wes. Went on to do several more films.
If she had any more appendixes, they'd be burst by now too, and she'd be fine with it, right?
No, she was good. She got it out of the way.
Nothing's going to stop her.
They had to put
now-
a limit on Kieran though. 45 minutes is tops, mate. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
otherwise I
With that
might take out a
9.5er.
liver.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You might hurt somebody. He did, and he bragged about it. and
I
that's
think
how
I
came
felt
out.
it burst.
Yeah. No, he was
I
pretty
think
cool
I
about
popped
it.
something.
He was pretty cool about it on
9.5
the podcast
inches
quotes.
in. Yeah.
But he was definitely like, "Have you ever done this? I bet you haven't." Right?
Yeah.
Kind of vibe of what he's
Yeah,
saying.
that's a dick brag.
Yeah, a legend of horniness, Angela White took that massive cock, broke the appendix, and kept on going like the Energizer Bunny. Nothing could stop her. Which brings us to our final example of super horny chicks today. Callie Heikes, 25 years old from Nebraska. And I'm going to show you the mugshot, guys. What do you think Callie did based on the mugshot alone?
She fucked the dad.
She did something in the middle of the night because she was very tired.
Fuck somebody.
Yeah.
She's got a pink sweatshirt on. DUI.
Maybe, well, close. Wes is closest. If you guess driving with a 17-year-old student, her own student, in separate cars to go bang on the graves of the cemetery, local cemetery in Nebraska,
Getting
3
hot in
times
the
a week,
cemetery. Yeah.
then you got it right.
that's
Also,
hot.
she was sneaking into his room after his parents went to bed to bang inside his house, according to the victim's sister and their text messages.
Just one more bone in the boneyard. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Dude, banging your student in a fucking cemetery?
I was right about tired. She does it in the middle of the night. She's a night lady.
Notice
Yeah.
your grades are slipping a little bit.
Yeah,
Anything
you're
going on?
right. You were close too, Mark. Yeah. So Wayne County Sheriff Jason Dwinell had his hands full in Detroit already, because Wayne County, that's Detroit. But he didn't even see this level of horniness coming, banging your student in the cemetery. He was shocked. And you see what she did is so dumb because the age of consent in Michigan, 16 years old. So Callie was so horny, she didn't even stop to realize that if she had just quit her teaching job, which is at 25 probably can't
it's
be
part of
that
the
great
thrill.
because she's not high up, right?
Part of the thrill is it's still
It
the
is.
student.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
I guess
Once she
so.
graduates, she doesn't care.
I guess so, but now part of the thrill is she's facing up to 20 years for
Yeah.
being a teacher and banging one of her students and getting caught, even though it was technically legal in that state had she just not been a fucking
She's
teacher.
She's got to do it at the cemetery.
That's
too.
too harsh.
20
you gotta
years
do
versus
is-
0, dude.
You got to post date. You got to post date a resignation letter is what you got to do, or predate a resignation letter, and
Right, you
always
gotta
have
try to
one
fake
ready
your way out of this, right?
whenever you're going to bang the student. So it's like if you get busted, you're like, well,
I
maybe,
resigned.
but I want you to go to the top drawer in my apartment and see the resignation letter.
That's a good
that
idea,
I sent.
Pat, if you're going to do this. Because literally, it would have been totally legal. The Beagle has an Eagles bandana on.
Honey.
Honey the
birds.
Beagle, Mark's Beagle. So he's got now the hat, the chain, the sweatshirt, the jersey, the undershirt, and the Eagles Beagle. That's a good sign for the
And-
Eagles.
Last thing is Ron Borgundy says, "Go fuck yourself, Kansas City."
Ron Borgundy. How is the Borg life treating you, by the way?
We did a wet run on Friday because the wife's got to go to work early Monday.
A wet run.
Yeah, did a wet run on Friday, and we did the full Monty, and it ruined our Saturday pretty badly.
I
the
didn't
hangover,
get how it was
vicious
healthy.
hangover, horrible hangover.
Exactly. Thanks
Went
for
way too hard. So
doing the
this
research here.
this Borg is not quite as strong as the one we did Friday. So
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good idea. Water your Borg down a little bit. And I know we're running along, guys, but finally, just since I'm doing the horny chick news, I just wanted to, since that may have brought us up to a level that's dangerous. I don't want us to get in trouble when we log off this call. So I wanted to show you guys a little palate cleanser, bring it down a notch, of an Australian lady who basically just doesn't blink. And it's kind of crazy. I'm just going to show you the video. You guys check it out, see for yourself.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Copus Campbell, Australia's new ambassador for gender equality. I'm incredibly honoured to take on this role as the lead international advocate for Australia's commitment to gender equality and the
blinked yet.
human rights
one
of
blink.
women and girls and
She's
persons
scary.
of diverse gender identities. In this role, I'm committed to listening to those who are dedicated to promoting gender
that
equality and learning about the perspectives and
Sigourney
priorities in
Weaver.
communities and countries
American,
in our
Irish,
region
Australian.
and globally. Promoting gender
Almost a
equality
minute
is
to
the right
listen.
thing
Two
to do,
blinks. Staring.
but it's also the smart thing to do. It is central to Australia's diplomatic, economic development and regional security, as well as our international engagement. I look forward to working with partners in Australia, in the Pacific, in Southeast Asia, and globally to progress the Australian government's priorities to increase women's economic
only three
empowerment,
blinks, but that was a
women
light
and girls'
one.
leadership,
her off. She's
and to
scary.
end sexual and gender-based violence, to improve access to health and education services,
blinking.
and progress the women,
No, dude, this
peace,
is
and
insane.
security agenda.
3
Oh, look
blinks.
at that. Look, you see that eye at the end? Her like eyes.
That was a minute of speaking, and she blinked 3 times.
It's a Nova. But she needs to put some glasses on.
It's incredible. I just couldn't believe that video. Somebody tagged me in it in the Discord server. Speaking of that, patreon.com/hardfactor to get in on the bonus podcast weekly. That's the Hive Hour every Wednesday. That's Florida Man Friday every Friday. Get in there. Also, the official group chat of Hard Factor in the Discord server, patreon.com/hardfactor to get in there. See funny videos like that of the chick that doesn't blink out of Australia. What else, fellas? What else? Store.hardfactor.com. to
Go
get the best
Birds!
merch.
Do we want to spin the wheel to see who's going to win the Super Bowl or no?
I already know who's going to win the Super
Oh,
Bowl.
we already
did
spun.
already.
For the wheel picked the Eagles.
Yeah, they
the
picked the
okay.
Birds.
the listeners live picked the Eagles
Come
as
on.
well.
Man, am I gonna have egg in my face if they lose? I'm probably gonna have to take off Tuesday's show if they lose because
So the
of
the
this
wheel
whole
picks the
display.
Eagles. The listeners picks the Eagles. Looking through the quotes, Wes, can you pull up the wheel for who does coffee tomorrow?
Yep.
I thought this one was a great one from earlier. A comment about George Santos, and Frantic Missy said this is why they took Craigslist down, because of people like George Santos.
She also made a bunch of jokes about when we said Cruella DeVille about like 101 Amish Dalmatians and stuff like that, like Santos DeVille, and she warned me to watch my puppy because Santos is still on the loose. So she was in there.
It's a great point. Don't sell it to George if he shows up at your doorstep, Mark.
All right, who's got the coffee?
All right, here we go.
Back to Will. One day
I
off.
took that day off.
Technically, you weren't
Pick
even
me
on the
6
wheel.
out of 6 goals.
Yeah, you weren't even on the wheel. The one
Yeah.
you missed.
I've been picked 6 out of 6.
Damn.
That's incredible. Also, producer Eric let us know live that now the Jets are scrambling over Lake Michigan. They're going to shoot down
Jesus.
another thingy, something like that.
How did we get letting it get so far inland? is
Wes,
my-
it's because we know what they are. They're some
Right.
of our own things. It's not aliens, dude.
I don't think
if
it's
it was
aliens.
aliens, we wouldn't be able to shoot
I
them
don't
down.
think it's aliens. I'm saying how
Aliens,
if it's a
it's
Chinese
aliens with the
spy
worst
balloon,
technology. They got all the way here. They have no force.
yeah,
field.
they can make it through the vacuum of
Well, it would be
space.
very disappointing. It would take them 1,000 years to get here on those things. But
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, sweet, we just want to say hi." Oh my God, they're shooting us.
It's either ours or China's or Russia's. It's not. I mean, that's like if they can make it through outer space, through the atmospheres, through all the different things you have to do to get from light years away to here. You think you're going to send down a bunch of little things that just get exploded first time?
Unless
think
unless
it's
it's,
aliens.
unless it's to test if we're hostile.
right,
or not.
unless it's a test, unless it's a
And
hostile.
we're failing that test.
That's the only way that this is aliens, is if it's a hostility test. And correct, we're failing, but it just doesn't make much sense to me. I think it's stuff that we
it's
know.
not
what
their
it is.
warriors. That's for sure. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Oh, anyways, we'll see more to come on that. More to come on the a human versus alien war, of course.
We had a
on
good
Hard
crowd
Factor.
out today. Maybe there's something to Sunday early. We'll have to see.
what's this all about?
Yeah.
Guys,
R.I.P.
I-
Richard Branson.
I love you guys. I gotta go
Yeah, we
grab my
gotta go.
boy.
Pat's
and
got to
wrap
drop
up,
it. Is
yeah.
that real? I'm gonna
Because
Google
Kate's
that.
gotta
real
go to
quick before we
fucking
go.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, because she's
Go
go
Birds.
birds. Go birds.
Go Birds.
Love you, Pat. Love you guys.
All right.
Love you, Pat.
Later.
Love you guys. I'm just looking up if Richard Branson is really dead because I don't want to.
I don't think he is.
Okay, I don't think that's real. I think somebody just got. I think
Just
somebody
tell everyone
just,
to have
just
a great
trolled
fucking
us.
day. Yeah.
Somebody just trolled us. Okay,
Cocksucker.
and most importantly, go Birds and get out there and have a great fucking